Okay, so today I just want to chat a little bit about when customers supply their own parts. And this is a 2005 Chev Silverado that was brought in by a guy, and he wanted some brakes done. So I said, yeah, no problem, bring it in. And then when it came in, there was a note that said that it had no brake pedal and there was also a fuel leak. So I knew right off the bat it probably needs lines. And sure enough, he supplied all his own parts, and I look in the back seat, and yes, he knows that it needs lines. So he went ahead and ordered a full set of pre-made lines for this thing, which is cool, nothing wrong with that. I understand guys trying to save some money, and no big deal. But the thing that I don't think he understood is that with these pre-made lines, they are so big because they're pre-made, right? Giant line, this was actually attached, that you can't get this in the truck unless you pull the cab. So I know you can bend them and whatever, but this one I tried to get it in there, and it goes from the passenger side, runs underneath of the rad, and then runs over the frame through all this stuff, down in between here, and then it jumps over the frame and down to the back. And there was just no way to get it in. So sometimes things like that happen, and this kind of sucks. But so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna cut the lines. Now in this case, I wasn't actually able to flare those lines and join them back together, which was my plan. They are stainless lines, and the metal's so hard that just trying to use the flare tool, it was just wiping the teeth right off of the clamp. So there may be another tool that is available that will flare stainless. I'm sure there must be, but I wasn't able to do it. So sort of unfortunate, but probably end up just getting a roll of nickel copper brake line and make my own lines for that one. I was able to get pretty well all the other lines in, but it's a bit of hassle, and you really have to bend and yank them and move a lot of stuff out of the road to get them in there because they're so big. So yeah, it's just one of those things. And then you also run into, like, are the parts right? So in this case, obviously the guy's done his research, or wherever he's gone to, they've done a good job at picking out everything that does fit the truck. But I've had other times where you go to put something on, it's like, oh, well, this isn't right. And then you got to call them up. It's like, do you want to return this stuff and bring it back and exchange it? Now it's tied up on the hoist. I've already got it pulled apart. Or do you want me to just get something, So it just eats up a bunch of time. Sometimes you run into that too with customers. But yeah, long story short, just thought I would share with you the whole brake line thing and pre-made brake lines, and how, gotta sort of pull the cab to install some of these things.
Which you don't have to do with nickel copper that you bend yourself.
Yeah, you can just take a roll of it and stick a thing on the end of it so you don't get dirt and stuff in there, and feed it through wherever you're going, and flare the end of the line, stick it on, and make it look all pretty. So yeah, thanks for watching. Got any comments, throw them down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.